Does your combat feel like everybody's just doing their own thing? I run straight up and strike with my greatsword. I slide in, swipe with my dagger, and slide out of there. I cast Fireball. Dude, I'm standing right here. Oh, really? Wouldn't it be more fun if your players worked together? I run straight up and tackle him to the ground. Oh, he's down? I slide in, kick some dirt in his face, then try to grab his weapon. I cast Fireball. Dude! Just kidding. I ready a magic missile at him and demand he tell us the hideout's passcode. So in this video, I'm going to give you 5 combo combat tactics, and I'm tagging in the Homebrew Master, Dungeon Coach, to help with some of these awesome new moves. Here we go. Hi, Bob here, and welcome to Bob World Builder, where we learn how to have more fun playing D&D together. So hit that subscribe button for D&D guides, tips, and reviews every Wednesday. So this happens to every DM at some point. Either the group hasn't really clicked yet, the chemistry is just off that night, or maybe you're running a new monster, so you keep using the same moves over and over. And this game where anything is possible is reduced to the same few actions. This is Slog. And we've talked about how to speed up combat in this video, but the real cure is combo combat tactics. Let's start with the basics. These simple, collaborative combat actions from the player's handbook really don't get the love they deserve. Like grappling. As long as you have one free hand, you can use an attack to seize a target with a grapple check. Your athletics versus their athletics or acrobatics. And if you succeed, their speed is reduced to 0. They can do everything else as normal, but they're stuck in that spot. And I think many people ignore grappling because their combats are already static. So the real tip here is to keep your enemies and your environment moving. Then grappling becomes great for capturing and tying up a hostage or surrounding and locking down a slippery enemy. And shoving a creature works the same way. Your athletics versus their athletics or acrobatics to knock them prone or push them away. Then, if the target is knocked prone, all melee attacks on them from you and your allies have advantage, and all of their attacks have disadvantage. Or you can push them into a corner, over a ledge, into a room and shut the door, or right between 2 of your allies to flank them. But before we get to flanking, disarming, going back to back, and cooperative spellcasting, what if that creature you want to grapple is just really strong or agile? Use the help action.
Time out, Bob! The Dungeon Coach here from the Dungeon Coach YouTube channel. Thanks for letting me help you out on this one. Huh? Get it? Help? I wonder if they'll like my jokes. Anyway, I have some homebrew to help the help system, especially when it comes to combat. Because whoever takes the help action in combat? Why not beef this thing up to let your players actually work together in some awesome combo moments? Because really, if a player takes their whole action to help, then I feel like it should do more than just advantage. Because that's basically like being a human true strike. So instead, whenever you take the help action, you actually add 1d10 onto the roll of whoever you're helping. You, the person helping, actually rolls that d10 and not only adds it to their attack roll, but to their damage too. This is also really cool because that little d10 you just rolled literally symbolizes how much you actually helped them. If you roll a 1, that would barely help their attack and damage, but if you roll a 10, it'd almost be a for sure hit, and that's some huge damage there. This way you can actually roll the dice along with them and feel like you're actually helping them, because a lot of times just giving someone advantage can wash away, especially if they roll both dice high or both dice low. But do you guys want even crazier homebrews? Because that's what I'm here for, right, Bob? So what if you could actually go together in combat? No, like literally at the same time. This is done all the time in movies, and this could happen in D&D, but these dang initiatives just keep everyone all separated. One of my mini combat house rules is if you are next to someone in initiative order and you would be going back to back, instead you can just go together, literally taking turns at the same time. Actions, bonus actions, and movement simultaneously. This can be so epic with martial classes running in together to grapple, attack, shove prone, while spellcasters weave their spells between those extra attacks. Not only does this make your players feel like they're in it together, but this can also speed up combat too. Win-win. Combo. And if this sounds cool, you could also add another little layer to this homebrew where if you have a higher initiative, you can hold your initiative to be able to go later with one of your allies. Okay, I'm off the homebrew rails now. Back to you, Bob. Time in.
Dungeon Coach has a ton of great videos about house rules, so after this video, go watch his combo combat tactics and subscribe to his channel. Now, all of that player's handbook stuff is great, but number 2 is my own take on one of the best rules to get your players and your monsters working together: flanking. Flanking is a variant rule from the Dungeon Master's Guide where 2 allies standing on opposite sides of an enemy creature gain advantage when attacking that creature, because it's easier to attack a target while they're trying to defend on 2 fronts. Flanking is great because it incentivizes critical thinking. It turns your battle grid into a chessboard where your PCs and intelligent monsters will be moving around to flank each other and avoid being flanked. All of my home games use this rule, and we take it a little further. We treat flanked as a condition, where all attacks on a flanked creature are made with advantage. That enemy is already trying to defend 2 fronts, so of course they would struggle to block a 3rd melee attacker, or even arrows or eldritch blasts coming from across the battlefield. This is a lot of fun, but it does mean a lot of advantage, so something we're experimenting with is swapping out advantage for a straight bonus. 2 allies on opposite sides creates the flanking condition and grants a +2 bonus to all attacks on that enemy. A 3rd adjacent ally increases the bonus to +3, and the max is +4 for 4 or more adjacent allies. But even with 4 characters, 2 of them must be directly across from each other for the enemy to be considered flanked. And before we get to my new house rule for reverse flanking, aka back-to-back, let's check out the best combo combat variant rule in the DMG that no one uses: disarming. This optional combat action allows a creature to use its weapon attack to knock an item from their target's grasp, where the attack roll is contested by an athletics or acrobatics check. Their rogue keeps getting ranged sneak attacks? Not without their bow. Is their shield getting in the way of your arrows? Not anymore. And an evil spellcaster really isn't very powerful without their spell focus. Obviously, disarming is designed to work against monsters who rely on weapons, not claws and teeth and tentacles, but why not? You can totally use this rule to smash skeletons apart, tear up tentacles, and attack the wings of a dragon. And to make disarming even more collaborative, maybe it can be used for disarmoring enemies to lower their AC. And hey, if you're liking these ideas so far and you like supporting your allies, give this video a thumbs up and consider joining our YouTube member club or Patreon linked below to help make these videos possible. Keystone patrons even have access to an ever-growing PDF of house rules I enjoy, like this brand new one, Back-to-Back. We've seen it over and over in action movies and television finales. The 2 heroes, or a hero and their sidekick, go back-to-back in a ring of enemies who for some reason then always attack like one at a time, which actually works really well for D&D combat. It's iconic, it's cinematic, and here's a simple way you can do it in your game. You can stand back-to-back with one ally within 5 feet. While you are back-to-back with that ally, they gain +2 to their AC, kind of like half-cover rules, against attacks from all enemies within 5 feet of you, and you gain +2 to your AC against attacks from all enemies within 5 feet of them. So Barty Red has +2 AC against enemies in the blue space. Barty Blue has +2 against enemies in the red space, and they both get +2 against enemies in the overlapping purple space. Then, to avoid this tactic, intelligent enemies will probably get out of that purple space, unless you also use flanking, so you can beef it up by allowing more than 2 allies to join in, or by changing the AC bonus to disadvantage on enemy attacks. So back-to-back is like a defensive version of flanking to protect your allies. But for an offensive combat combo, let's try number 5, cooperative spellcasting. Remember that video I made about the basic rules of spellcasting? The one where Barty McFly was born? Well, we also talked about upcasting, using higher level spell slots to cast lower level spells. And that's the premise behind this homebrew idea. You and a nearby ally can cast a spell together with greater power. When an ally who can cast at least one spell is within range of a spell you want to cast, and you have consecutive turns in the initiative order, or you can synchronize your turns another way, you can both use your actions to cast the same spell. Then, the total spell level is equal to the combined level of all spell slots used in the casting. If both characters know the spell and have it prepared, use the higher spell attack bonus or spell save DC. If only one character has access to the spell, use their spell attack bonus and save DC. A character who does not know the spell or have it prepared must make a spell check, 1d20 plus their spellcasting ability modifier plus proficiency bonus, where the DC equals 10 plus the total spell level. If they fail the spell check, their spell slots are consumed but do not contribute to the total spell level. If the spell requires concentration, concentration checks are made with advantage while both characters are concentrating on the spell, but only one character needs to maintain concentration. Now hopefully your wizard has somebody they can cast Fireball with, and if you want to chat about cooperative spellcasting or your own house rules, the best place to do it is the Bob World Builder Discord server available to all patrons and YouTube members. Remember to subscribe to the Dungeon Coach and check out his combo combat video, linked below and right here if I did it right, where I throw in a few tips about throwing stuff. Thank you for your support, thank you for watching, and keep building.